Hi, I'm Melissa with asimplenest.com, and this is my first video. I'm going to show you how to make these flowers here. They look a little bit like a peony, or if you put this kind of flower in it, which is just a piece of a, what do you call it, a lei, one of those leis from the dollar store with a dot on it. If you put that on it, maybe looks a little bit like a pansy. It could also be a pond lily. If you take the inside off, it could look a little bit like a gardenia if you don't flay it out so much. But I'll be showing you how to do this in just a second. I made these really flat because I'm making these into centerpieces for a huge birthday party with 9 banquet tables, and I wanted something really big and flat so that I wouldn't have to do too many. You know, when you scrunch all the flowers together, then you end up having to do a lot more than if you can spread them out. So these are really big, as you can see, and they're flat, so that's what's great about those. I'm actually going to put those ones separate. And then I made these flowers as well, which I'll show you how to do next. But let's get started. So first of all, you take some tissue paper, and at the fold of the tissue paper, just cut through all the layers and cut a petal shape. You can cut this narrow here, and you don't want it to be too pointed. This is about right. Okay, and then fold it backwards on itself on the fold, and kind of curl it. Oops, sorry. Put another one around it. And you want to use all the layers. Usually most packs come with 10. That's the one I got from the dollar store. I noticed the ones at Walmart only come with 6. But 10 layers is about right for this kind of flower. If you were doing a rose, you'd want more. But 10 is about right so that you can flatten this. And then you just, you know, wrap it around layer by layer, just kind of layering over a little less than half from the last one, maybe. You want petals all around it. I don't know why my camera's changing colors here. So just get the petals all around it. And this is the same way you make a rose, except for that if you were doing a rose, you'd have to shape it and curl it and wrap the floral tape around it. It takes a lot longer, and you know, I'm really just not that patient. I like to do things really quickly, so this flower looks pretty good even when you do it really quickly. I think. Quick and dirty. Try to make and see if, check if it's pretty even around. Put a couple more on. Oops. There we go. Okay, then once you get them all in there, you just squeeze in that center there. Get a little bendy wire. This is jewelry wire, but obviously plant wire would, flower wire would be better, or you could even use pipe cleaners. But just do a little twist around there, something to get it together. Roll it around. It doesn't really matter how it looks like as long as you're not going to poke yourself. Because that's the underneath part. Then you get the inside and you just kind of get your fingers in there and flay it out. Try to even it out. If there's a spot that has less flowers than another, then try to move some of them over. Sometimes when the flowers on the inside are a little shorter and you splay it out a little bit, it looks like a beautiful gardenia, but this one doesn't really so much, and that's okay for what I'm doing. Because once I get it to there, I just flatten it out, pound it down, and then I put one of these babies on there. this one's glued on there already, but one of these pom-poms. These flowers are really common. I've seen them done a million places. They look a little bit like a mum, or what are they called? Yeah, the little pom-pom flowers. And the way you do that is you get about 4 pieces of tissue, right? Cut it into a square, and then fold it into these accordion pieces. Put the wire around the center, and then at that point you just, sorry, getting closer so you can see, you just clip the edges to a point. I like to do a little bit of a round point, more like a torpedo than an arrow. Sometimes if it's too pointed, you can just go like that. And then you just start spreading out each of the layers upward to make those. This is pretty common. I've seen these everywhere. If you wanted, you know, those huge pom-poms that you have in parties, you would just do the whole entire stack of tissue, and then it would make a huge pom-pom, and you spread it out both ways instead of just one way. But here's only 4 pieces in little tiny ones, because we're just sticking it in the middle of the flower that we already created. So you just spread that out until you've got your little mum type center, or gardenia center, that is, for our not gardenia, peony. Looks like a peony or a pond lily. Anyway, you put that right on the middle. You can just use double sticky tape, or I like to use these little foam dots. I got all this from the dollar store. Actually, the whole centerpiece that I'm doing, you could do for one table under $3, really, or with $3. Anyway, if you want to see the centerpiece, you can just go to my website, asimplenest.com, and I've got pictures of it there. I'm going to show you how to do this pretty flower next. I don't know what you would call this one, but it's my favorite. It's in blue because of the party theme, but I think it's beautiful in pink or red. Looks a little bit like a poppy. It's really fun, and it's really fast and really easy. My type of thing. Anyway, thanks for watching.